Hey, it's Graveyard Ghosts, and I am at the old Elkmont Cemetery doing a revisit. It's been just about a year since I last visited this particular cemetery, and I did want to go back in and show you a couple of things. I have just left it and really didn't come across any activity, so I'm just going to do a walkthrough. This cemetery is called Haunted, though I have to say that I really have never came across anything really outstanding other than smells. Like I've smelled perfume once, and then also kind of a fruity smell like cherries. And there's nothing in this particular area that would give off that kind of fragrance. But what we're going to look at are some of the etchings on the tombstones and their meanings. There we have a lamb with flowers. Now, the lamb is most normally always a sign of a child. And this one here, as you can see, didn't live quite a month. And usually you will see the lambs on top, especially very popular during the mountain folk days of past. Then we have flowers. Flowers do have various different meanings on the gravestones. And again, the lamb is normally innocence. Then we have here the hands. And the hands, most normally, what you need to do is see if it looks like two male hands, a male and a female. Or in some instances, such as this one, it looks like it's probably a male and a child. And also something to back that up is it does say father on this particular tombstone. And normally the hand is usually a greeting to welcome into heaven. And then we do have a rose here. And notice it does not have any thorns on it. Same as usually on the tombstone. It normally doesn't have thorns on it. It'll just be the rose, usually just the head stem with 3 leaves on it. And normally if it does have thorns on it, it's a sign of Mary. I'm going to take you up a little bit further because here we have some examples of one of the lambs on top. You'll also notice there is a stone and coins. I'll show you that that is a very familiar sight in the Elkmont Cemetery. Actually, it's rare to visit here, and as you can see, the rarity is there's usually coins on every single stone head. Now the coins basically for this cemetery are a sign of respect and that they were visited. The stones are very common here also. Stones can be a sign of Jewish, but in this instance, the stones are placed on the grave markers because they last longer than flowers. So that's one of the main reasons that you do see the stones. The coins in some cemeteries have a military expectation, attached to them. Penny means you visited. The nickel, diamond, quarter means you were a brother, you fought along, you died along when they died. So they have various different meanings. Here you have another coin and lamb. Again, a sign of innocence. And if you look closer, let me see if I can get it. This little lamb has an inchworm. Going up it. Here we have the dove. With an olive branch, a sign of peace as they make their way to heaven. Then down here we have the etching of the hands, with the hand reaching out of the clouds. That would be the welcoming to heaven. And this one actually is engraved, "Precious Lord, take my hand." Again, more stones. Here's an example of one of the old markers. Back in the day, just a stone. And as you can see behind, just rows of stones. No engravings, just a marking that the body was laid to rest. Again, this particular stone here does have a newer placement in front where there still are family members around that we're able to put a new headstone. Here's even just a little stone marking. There we do have another rose that's etched on the headstone. Here's a unique one. It does have a carving of the Holy Bible on top. And then, I know it'll probably be hard to make out, but I'll try to get it to where you can see it's the gates opening up to heaven. Another lamb, another child, another example of a lamb. Here's an example of a headstone with a footstone. Here you can see the headstone. And as we trail down, we come to Mother, and that would be the footstone. Another panoramic view. As I mentioned, lots of stones. Every so often, new markers are in placement where the stones were. And again, this is the Elkmont Cemetery in the Great Smoky Mountains.